finally time to work on my pressure washer. So this project was put together when I did the garage rental like a year ago, but now finally time. I got all the pieces of the puzzle together. And just to recap, last year I did put the water source and the power source. Now it's just a matter of getting, you know, the pressure washer, the hose reel, the shelf, the piping, the filters, everything together. But the main components, which is water and power, I did last year. So if you guys don't remember, I would highly suggest to you to go back and watch it, because then you have a better idea. You have so many options on how to do it. This is pretty much based on Obsessed Garage power wash setup. I really agree with Matt from Obsessed Garage when he said like there's progression in life. Maybe this setup, it's good for you to start, because if you go with his full setup, you were talking about like 3,500 bucks at least, depends on the pressure washer you go. If you go with Active 1.2.0, the one I'm going with, you're probably like, I don't know, 3 grand exactly, a little less, 2,900. So what I tried to do here, I tried to capture his idea and kind of do my own thing on the power wash, which fits my needs and my budget. I'm not saying this is the perfect setup, but it's close enough to be perfect to me. I will run the costs here as we go along, but the first step is to mock up. This is more or less how it's gonna be. Of course, the size of the pipe is gonna change and everything. So I mainly use Apex and all those push to connect valves. So the concept is pretty easy. It's easy to install, it's easy to uninstall, right? So my main water source is over there, which I put this, as I said, back like when I did the garage, and the power source is there. Active 2.0 stainless steel shelf, Cox reel. This is gonna be the jumper hose that goes from the pressure washer to the hose reel. We're gonna have 100 hose, and here, basically, my water is gonna come from here, from that pipe, right? Goes all the way here, and here you have a valve and a T. So if I wanna use deionized water, I turn this on and I shut this off, and I turn this on. So I get water going through my pressure washer, and if I just wanna use regular water, I shut this down, I shut that down, and this. The other thing is a little different. As you can see, I put like a hose bib here, because that's gonna be my bucket filler. I don't have any hose bib besides that one in the garage, so I wanted my hose bib to be here, so my bucket's gonna be right here. So basically it's gonna be all the setup here. The only thing is my filters though, if you notice, like this is not gonna, you see, this is not gonna do it. So I gotta push this a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put like a 2x4 and then screw this to the 2x4 on the wall, kind of there. So instead of going through the wall, it's gonna go through the 2x4. Should give me enough clearance there. And so first, I'm gonna put the shelf, so I have a good structure and a good reference point to put the hose reel, which that's gonna be the one that worries me the most, because that one's super heavy. I don't have a drywall, it's just a cinder block. Or either you have to use washers or some kind of screws that I will show you here. I think it's called anchors, which is the same one I use for my air hose reel, and it's pretty solid. So I normally use like a cord drill, because my regular drill doesn't do anything. And you're gonna ask, well, your pressure washer is gonna be on this wall, what about the winter? So I put a shut off valve that I'm gonna show you here later there, so every winter I can just drain the entire system, close, good to go. have a set of help, I would definitely suggest you to get it. So you see here, this is the middle. This one, it's the middle of the. So I put a tape there. I don't know how much you can see, and I mark the center of it. And then that's how I mock up. Of course, I use the level, and now I'm gonna start drilling and put this bad boy there. And the only thing different that I'm gonna use those bad boys here. Those are the best ones you can do it with it. So that's what I'm gonna use. I use that on my air hose reel and it works super well. So I'm assuming this should be the same. Look at that. I'm pretty happy. This one's pretty on. This one's actually what's holding are those top ones. So this one doesn't really matter. It's not going anywhere, and as you can see, as you see there, this goes there. This one here, it's called push to connect. But if you mess up, that's it, it's over. Have this two piece of woods there, which this one I'm gonna have to paint black yet. So this would not fit. So right now the only missing parts, it's one valve here, one T, and the hose bib, and just connect everything. So I think we are pretty close. Everything is leveled up. I know sometimes in the camera I was looking here, I was like, wow, it's out of level, but look at that. You can see the level there. Everything is level. sun is running here, so be patient. This is the next day because, as I said, I forgot to put this one here. This is a half-inch size, so I need adapter from a half-inch to a 3/4, which is basically these holes here. Olha, formiga, vem pra cá. So this is it's one of the adapters that I need. Here it goes to the holes, right? And there's another one, which is the main one. This one, you see, it's a 1.5. There we go. It's 1.5 to 3/4. So this one basically goes here. I put the lines here with a bunch of adapters. I don't have a quick disconnect here, which I will get it at some point. As it, you know, I just happens to have all these adapters because I put a new water heater, and so why not use what I have? But I think it came out really good. Now the real question, it works. Does that leak? I don't know. We'll figure it out running now because I'm gonna put the water on the line. So let's see. I'm not gonna lie if I say that I'm worried, because I ran the plumbing lines from scratch. So let's see. You guys are my eyes on here because I have to go there and make sure that I turn it on. So let's see. Oh no, it's leaking. After a couple adjustments, it's not leaking. There's water in the system. Has been a couple days later. As you guys saw, I tested. I had a leak here and a leak here, which I fixed it. This one was just like I didn't tighten it up, and this one also. You see here, I don't know if you can see. You can barely see, but there's a green position that shows right there when when actually the pipe is connected. So this one wasn't connected, so I fixed it. Now we are leak free everywhere, right? The other thing I did between those days, I ordered the stainless steel quick connect for here and here, so everything now is stainless steel. What I'm gonna do now, one thing I didn't do, is we're gonna test the filters to make sure that the water comes clean. So for this, we're gonna use the TDS Total Dissolved Solutions meter. So basically, it's like if your water it's more than 400, it's not even worth, like you cannot drink it. If it's between 100 and between 0 and 100, you can drink it. So this is not the point. The point is to see how much better the filter works. So I'm gonna measure without the filter, and then we're gonna measure with the filter, right? So this is how it's gonna work, right? If I wanna use the filters, I only turn it on here, and then the water goes through here all around because those are closed. It goes to the hose bib and also feeds the pressure washer. So if I want to use the filters, I close this one. Now it's closed, right? I keep closed and I open this and that, and then the water goes through the hose bib. If I'm needing for some reason water, DI water, right, on the bucket, which normally you don't. But if I need to do my final rinse, this water comes here and feeds the pressure washer, so I can do my final rinse using the DI water, right? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this on. Everything is closed. I'm gonna turn here on. See, pressurize the system. There's no leak. We're leak free. All right, now I'm gonna put like the bucket filler should have water here. Now I'm gonna measure with the TDS meter. So that's how it works. You just turn it on and you put on the water, then you press hold. So 430, that's pretty high. You cannot drink this water though. That's pretty high. So 430. Now we're gonna do the same with the filters, and then we see the difference. So keep that in mind, 430. Right, I'm gonna close here. I'm gonna let the water, there's no water, see? And now I'm gonna open the filters, right? As you can see, the filters are, there's a leak. I'm not gonna lie, there was a leak as you just saw, and then I had to spend time figuring out what I would do, because as I said in the beginning, once it's in and that's it. You cannot do anything about it. So what happens is, and because I'm gonna recommend this filter to you, just keep in mind, you gotta put a lot of Teflon tape and this gasket, which I didn't put in. The Teflon tape, as far as my knowledge goes, last tape, it's ideal. But the recommendation, if you go to the website, say to do like 15 times. 15 times. So that was what caused the leak. But I fixed the leak. Now let's finish the test with the water. You saw 430 without the filter. Now let's see with the filter. We'll turn this on. Pressurize the system. There's water everywhere. And now let's put the water there. My bucket filler. That feels good. That feels good. There we go. DI water. You see here the filter working, right? So I think that should be enough. 0. Put there. And hold. Dude, look at the difference. Those things, they really work, but that's it. That's what you need to rinse your car properly, right? Yeah, so the other thing you're gonna notice, I painted in black. So now the setup is good to go. All right, it has been a couple of days since, I installed this, and I wanna use it to make sure everything works, and it works perfectly. And as I promised, I have here my spreadsheet. The goal was to be under the Obsessed Garage budget, somehow a good quality as well, right? So let's start from the top to the bottom. I'm not including the electrical and the plumbing because that I did like back then. So if you have electrical and plumbing, you don't need to consider, but if you don't, you need to consider that. Either you get to yourself or you get somebody to do for you, right? Which is not cheap. Like the electrician here in my garage to do everything I need was like 1,200 bucks. So just keep that in mind. Top, of course, we have the Active 2.0 pressure washer, which makes the 2-point GPM. This is what you need for car washing. So this was at 350 bucks. Over here, you have the stainless steel shelf, which was $44. Then you have the jumper hose, which you use to connect the pressure washer to the hose reel, which was $20. The hose reel itself, Cox hose reel, high quality, 100 feet hose was $195. The gun that you see here, the MTM gun, $85. I'm using a 100-foot hose just because sometimes I want to do stuff around the house. Not that this pressure washer is gonna be for that, but why not if I have to clean my deck or something like that. I know the pressure is not there, but I choose the 100-foot hose just to make my life easier overall. I can go down my driveway. If there's some cars here, they can go down there with no problem. You don't need, you can go with a 50, 25, depends on your setup. But the 100-foot hose, MTM hose, is $175. So going down, you have the DI system that you guys just saw that works perfect. It's perfect for your final rinse, so you don't have water spots. Remember, your water filtration on the house, it's a softer solution, not a filtration solution, all right? I filter, this one costs $99, but I pay a little more to get the black setup, which was $120, right? After that, you guys saw update the quick disconnect to stainless steel. So 2 quick connects, one for the gun, one for the pressure washer, was $40. Here it's where I think it requires some explanation. All the fittings and all the valves, everything, you see it, like the hose bib, everything, every single fitting, every single 9-degree T, I put in the same bucket. So I went to Lowe's, I bought this everything from Lowe's, and I spent $190 just for the fittings. That doesn't include the Apex, right? Because I had it. So I don't know, the Apex probably another $40 for that small piece. I had that home because I did some plumbing work. so I didn't have to buy it, so you have to consider that as well. The hoses that connects those hoses, those are water heater hose that I bought from Lowe's as well. Each one, they are 24 inches long. Each one cost me $18, a total of $36 for the hose. The nozzle here, which I bought from AutoZone, cost me $20. So overall, the budget was, I want to be under 1,500 bucks because I know I wanted something good but not the best you can buy. So this total comes out to $1,276. So let's call 1,300 bucks for this entire setup, which I think it's not bad at all. You can get a lot of performance, and I will let you know in the long run you guys are gonna see a bunch of content on it. Now I'm gonna show you real quick, just a little glimpse how this works with the foam cannon. And next upload or a couple uploads later, I'll do a wash and talk. So I show the entire setup, how I use everything, which kind of soap I use in my foam cannons, everything, because I think you guys want to know. So yeah. There's pressure on the system. Now I'm gonna connect my foam cannon. In this case, I'm using the Adams one because this is brake buster, and I will show you guys in future uploads how I do, because why I have two foam cannons and so on and so forth. But let's test on my truck so you can see. It's just I want to show you how that works. Now with the foam cannon, right, quick disconnect to make your life so much easier. That's how much foam you get from that pressure washer setup. It's super thick, right? Again, this is not the best foam cannon for this, but it's the one I have, so I'm using. So once you're done, that was just a glimpse how I use it. So I hope you guys understand the concept and the idea behind trying to have a own budget pressure washer. For a car enthusiast like I am, you definitely need something like this. Or if you are a detailer, you even need this even more than I do. As you guys know, I do some details on the side, but it's just specific ones. I don't have the time. So this is just for my pleasure, and sometimes makes me a little money, right? So I hope you guys enjoy. All the links for everything, it's on the description below. So thank you so much for your support. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think, if this was worth or not. All right, I'll see you guys next one. Never forget, enjoy life and work hard for it.